This is Josh Rubin from East West Healing Performance. Today I want to talk to you about black circles under the eyes. I would have to say that 9 out of the 10 clients that we talk to via Skype, or the clients that come into our office, I would say 9 out of 10 of them have black circles under their eyes. Well, the key question is, if you do have black circles, the question you need to ask yourself is, why do you have black circles? So you can search on the web, you can do all those things. The problem is you'll find that there's many reasons why you can have black circles under your eyes. Yes, and we can say that, you know, the average human is fatigued and tired, and that's the reason. Of course, that's a huge contributor. But nowadays, there's so many stressors in people's lives that are affecting them physiologically and biochemically that's creating physical changes in the body. Like I've always said before, you can actually learn a lot about yourself or your clients or whoever you're around by looking at their body. Of course, you're not going to find someone that's obese with balanced cholesterol, with balanced blood sugar, things like that. It's pretty simple. You know, skin tags are usually a sign of blood sugar fluctuation issues, insulin resistance issues, as well as liver problems. So you can easily gain a lot by looking at someone's body. So black circles under the eyes. The question is, why do we get them? Well, there's many reasons. I'm going to give you some of the reasons. I'm going to tell you where to go and what to do to help yourself to figure out, you know, what could be causing your black circles. And sometimes you might not even going to get to the bottom of why you have black circles, but if you try the holistic approach per se, you can actually, you know, rid your body of these black circles. So the first thing is, the most common reason that we see people have black circles under their eyes is severe food intolerances, especially the top one, or top two I should say, is dairy and gluten. Okay, dairy meaning pasteurized dairy. A lot of the time some people are actually fully intolerant to dairy, and it's the enzymes that are in it, or the sugars. As well as gluten, and it's actually a amino acid that's in carbohydrates, and it's in a class of amino acids called prolamines. So gliadinin in dairy. Well, what happens scientific, or you know, biochemically? You know, all these foods, if you're intolerant to them, it breaks down the immune system, it creates inflammation in the gut. And the bottom line is, end result, one of the end results is black circles under the eyes. Can I tell you exactly why at this moment? No. But I can tell you from the inflammation, immune system reactions over and over and over again, creating systemic, you know, inflammation in the body, gut problems, lack of nutrition, because if you have inflammation, you're eating all the right foods, you can't digest it and absorb it. So that could create fatigue, adrenal issues, chronic stresses in the body. So the first reason is food intolerances. The second, of course, is lack of sleep. Most people do not get enough sleep nowadays. You should be trying to get to bed anywhere between 10 and 11 and get up no earlier than 6. Now, a lot of people say, well, I have to. Well, the bottom line is, if you're fatigued, you have a disease, you have a dysfunction, you have some symptoms, you're in pain, you have to make a decision. Do I actually want to get better and take the necessary steps? Like I've said before, more of the same plus more of the same equals more of the same. Or you have to make that decision. The body actually heals physically from 10 to 2 a.m. and psychologically from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So you have to get that rest in order to repair and release those hormones so the body can actually get back into a parasympathetic anabolic state. The third is vitamin deficiencies. Our soil is deficient in minerals. Our foods nowadays, conventional foods, are so deficient, as well as all the medications people are taking are creating severe deficiencies in our bodies. The most common vitamin deficiencies you see with people that have black circles under the eyes is folic acid, B6, B12, and vitamin K. And the main thing I want to get out there that you need to think about is to figure out why you're deficient in these. Is it lack of food? Do you have a gut dysfunction? Right? Do you have a gut dysfunction that's creating these? Like B12, we could say. Well, B12 could be because of lack of protein intake. It actually could be because of lack of quality protein intake. It could be because of no protein intake. It could be because of lack of intrinsic factor from the foods you get that are created in the gut. Right? So it could be a gut dysfunction causing B12 deficiency. So you can shoot yourself up with B12 all you want, but if the precursors are deficient, it's going to do nothing. So certain vitamin deficiencies, like I said, folic acid, B6, B12, and vitamin K. And the key is to figure out why you have these deficiencies. Smoking. Smoking, any tobacco nowadays is not tobacco. It's riddled with chemicals. It's riddled with toxins. And most of these toxins overload your detox system, like the liver, the lungs, the kidney, the colon, and your skin. But at the same time, a lot of the chemicals that are in these tobacco products actually block T4, T3 conversion, let's say. It actually inhibits the thyroid from working properly. It creates inflammation in the lungs, which can create physical pain in the shoulders, the neck, or mid-back. On and on and on. So smoking of tobacco products can easily cause black circles under the eyes. Another issue is basically incomplete protein digestion. So if you have a hydrochloric acid deficiency, this can actually cause black circles under the eyes because you can't break down your proteins. Proteins make up who you are. Well, the funny thing is, if you have a B6 deficiency, a B12, a folic acid, vitamin K, and any deficiency, you're going to end up with a gut dysfunction because some of these are actually produced in the gut. And if you have a hydrochloric acid deficiency, let's say from a bacterial infection like H. pylori blocks B12 production from the parietal cells in the gut, or you have a gut dysfunction from stress or eating crappy foods, well, you can't break down your proteins because the stomach is where you break down proteins. You want the stomach to actually be very acidic. It needs to be 0.8 to about 2.5 in acidity to break down the protein. Well, if you're into this acid-alkaline thing, or if you're not eating the right foods, or if you have a stomach dysfunction, you can't break down your protein, which create dysfunctions in the body, which can cause black circles under the eyes. A sixth thing is actually iron deficiency or anemia, and this goes back to HCl as well as B12 deficiency. So if you're anemic, well, the question is why? Are you B12 deficient? Are you HCl deficient? But as well, what are you deficient in that's creating these deficiencies? Is it food? Is it a gut problem? Are you not breaking down your food? Are you deficient? Are you hypochlorhydric? Are you deficient in HCl? So there's many reasons. So yes, you can be anemic, but the question is why? Is it deficiencies? Is it excesses? Is it internal stress like bacteria or fungus or parasites? On and on. And the last is black circles under the eyes, according to Chinese medicine, is kidney qi deficiency. So the kidneys in Chinese medicine are like the fire, kidney yang. It's like the fire, if you had a pot and fire underneath and in wood, well, it's like the fire that boils the pot. So when you eat food, it goes into the spleen in Chinese medicine. It's like the pot. And the kidney qi warms the pot so you can actually break down the food and feed the body with qi, blood, fluid, and nutrients. If you're kidney qi deficiency, Chinese medicine based on pattern shows that you'll develop black circles under the eyes. So what are my recommendations? Well, it's all individualized. The first thing you can do is go to the link right below that you're seeing here. Go to the bottom of that page and follow some of the basic quick tip nutrition and lifestyle principles that we're recommending. Follow those. Take them one at a time. Another great book to buy is How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy by Paul Chek. Other things you want to do is after you've done those, and focus on your sleep, your digestion, your food quality and quantity, the right type of movement, getting rid of microwaves, getting rid of shelf foods, getting rid of sugar and dairy and processed foods. After you've done all those things on the link that I put down below and read Paul Chek's book, How to Eat, Move, Be Healthy, other things that you can look into are going to see your acupuncturist to see if you have a kidney qi deficiency, if that works with you. You could look into doing some type of adrenal or hormone testing through BioHealth or people like us. Feel free to give us a call. We'll let you know how much that costs and what goes into that. You could do other tests like the 90 antigen test, which tests for food allergies and food intolerances. You could do a gut lab through us, which is called the GIFX, to see if you have any gut dysfunctions, HCl dysfunctions, protein malabsorption, any vitamin deficiencies, on and on and on and on and on. So the bottom line is you want to see what's going on externally by changing your nutrition and lifestyle principles by looking at the link that I put on this YouTube clip, looking at sleep, looking at your food quality, looking at stressors, things like that. But also you want to look at internal stressors and find out what's going on with your adrenal glands. And you can do that with us through a lab. Seeing what's going on in your gut, you can do that as well with us. It's called the GIFX. And just seeing what's going on internally as well as externally within your essentially healing puzzle. So that's the YouTube clip for today. You can see I moved around my office. So I'm just getting used to it. So hopefully you enjoyed this clip. We got another YouTube clip coming out Thursday. I'm out of here.